Alrighty, gamers and gamettes, what is going on? My name is Tanek127 and welcome back to another video. And guys, in today's video I want to talk to you all about Path of Exile 2 here in 2025. However, if you want to stay up to date on all things Path of Exile 2, make sure you are liking today's video and subscribing to the channel if you are new, and let's go ahead and get right on into today's topic. So, Path of Exile 2, this one's kind of a cheap video, to be doing in 2025 because with all due respect, the game's only been here a little bit over a month now. So, it's not like there's too much changes between when it came out and the product we have now. Because basically it released, it was out for a little bit, the holidays came around, and the developers are literally just now getting back into their work cycle after the new year. However, that does not mean that there's nothing to talk about with the game going into 2025. Because one thing I do want to talk about here is because I'm an MMO guy. I love action RPGs. However, I'm not a fan of, the whole league seasonal thing, restarting a new character every few months and yada, yada, yada. I'm more so of a person who likes to make it through the content, hit endgame, and keep farming for, better gear and stuff like that. And a lot of these action RPGs, they do give you that option if you play on, like Eternal Realm and Diablo 4, or if you play on the Standard League and Path of Exile 2. The only thing that seems to be missing when it comes to this concept with ARPGs is pretty much just the whole gear score thing, I guess. And, the fact that, the game's not really meant to be played that way, but they still give that option there for, for people who like to play it in that fashion, like me. So if you don't know what Path of Exile 2 is, Path of Exile 2 is a isometric action RPG, similar to games like Diablo, Grim Dawn, and and Torchlight and stuff like that. Path of Exile 2, however, is one of the more hardcore ones. It has a very in-depth skill tree. There's a lot of character building. There's a variety of weapons and abilities and gems and jewelry and all kinds of different stuff you can use to fine-tune your build. Now, don't get me wrong, these things are in other action RPGs, but Path of Exile is really the most in-depth build-making game, I'm probably going to say, out there. Okay, there's a lot of people, that hate the fact that this game gets compared to soulslikes and everything, and I can definitely understand where that frustration comes in. However, Path of Exile 2 just happens to offer a lot of things that are similar to a Souls-like game, just in an isometric point of view. Like, for example, you have really challenging mechanic-filled boss fights. There's a dodge mechanic, which, that always seems, to point people in the Souls-like direction. I don't know why. Dark Souls wasn't the first game where you could dodge, but whatever. And, the game offers a whole lot, especially in terms of customization. Yes, you can't, create your own character. There's one of 6 classes to choose from, and all throughout 2025, they're going to be adding 6 more classes. This game is literally supposed to double in size throughout this year. Right now, it has 6 classes, 3 acts, and a really meaty endgame that I have yet to touch because there's just a lot to do. But they're going to have all of that plus more as, the year progresses. And that's just crazy to think about because this game is massive already. Me and my friends, we have at least 40 or 50 hours in the game right now, and we are only on Act 2. Well, at least me and my close buddy, the Asylum Warden are. Some of our other friends are, a lot more ahead of us and stuff like that. But I swear we have at least 40 or 50 hours in this game, and we're only in Act 2. Now, we've been running around, trying to do every little single thing we can think of, to get ourselves ready. But there's a boatload of content here. The game features multiplayer. It's not an MMO. However, there are, social features in it, like the town hubs. You can see other players running around, stuff like that. There's an in-game text chatting and all that things. It has a lot of the MMO-like features, but at the end of the day, it's not an MMO. You can even play it with up to 6 players. You can have a party that's the size of a raid group. All right, 6 players to run content with, and that's any content in the game. You can run anything in this game with 5 other people besides yourself. But At the end of the day, it's not an MMO. It's just a top-down action RPG. Now, there's tons of customization. Any class in the game can use any weapon. One unfortunate thing that that I personally am not too happy about right now, and I don't know why they made this weird decision, but this will sound a bit biased, but hear me out. There's no swords in the game currently right now. That's just because, the class that uses swords is not currently in the game. Don't get me wrong, the class is coming, but I just think it's weird, to launch an RPG without swords in it. Like, that's just like the staple piece of weaponry. I find that weird, but whatever. Right now, the game's in paid early access, but when it launches sometime later here in 2025, the game's going to be 100% free to play. Or at least, from what I know, they're aiming to have the game's full launch in 2025. Remember, it's an early access game at the end of the day. They're going to be taking in feedback, making changes, adding new content, so that very well could change. It could be longer, then again, it could be shorter. They could end up finishing this by summer. Then again, it could end up taking all the way till January or February next year. We just don't know. But guys, Path of Exile 2 is a phenomenal time. And if there's no MMOs out there right now that are, just quenching your thirst or anything, this is definitely a game you're going to want to try. Because like I said, tons of dungeon content, fun stuff to do, great lore, story seems pretty cool so far. The soundtrack is to freaking die for. The graphics are amazing. You can play it at 120 FPS on Xbox Series XS or PlayStation 5. And guys, it's just it's a lot of fun. And just to show y'all the appeal of that more multiplayer MMO like experience, I'm going to show off a little boss fight that me and my buddies did during the stream, so you guys can get a peek of that after this gameplay. But yeah, guys, Path of Exile 2, this is definitely something you're going to want to check out here in 2025. Awesome action RPG, loads of promise. I mean, if you haven't seen reviews and other creators talk about the game's reputation speaks for itself. If you played Path of Exile 1, you already know that this should definitely be on your radar. I shouldn't have to say anything else. But guys, let me know, are y'all playing it down in the comments below. Y'all enjoyed today's video, smash that like. Like I said, guys, if you want to see more of the multiplayer experience, I got a little fight coming up that I want to show y'all here in a minute. I'll see y'all on the next one. Peace out. Have a good one.
Checkpoint. I thought you guys checkpoint, no waypoint.
Yeah, heal me a boss.
There's a boss. Yep, boss arena.
Right here.
I was multiple then.
You. The Forsaken Son.
Holy shit.
Not yet.
Fuck you, bitch ass. I'm not going to corruption. I know. Come on. Actually make me sure.
I need more time.
Come on. Really boss. Oh, you haven't fucking ground stuff. That's the first side of you. I said.
Oh, goddamn, man.
If you're afraid.
I need more time.
Oh, come on, man. You're getting me. Oh, sorry.
I can't stop yet.
Got it.
I would move up and kind of like. I expect that.
Yep.
Yo, that damn background effect hit me.
Yeah.
That shit hurts.
I need more time.
Yeah, I think that's walking on fire.
Oh, no.
Yo, go. Get off the fire. Get off the fire, Michael.
I didn't know it would still hurt me when it was like that. I didn't know.
Yeah, no, it's like all the other ground effects. Because I still feel like they kind of AoE. But they don't. They have a different dance.
Yeah, man. No, man. No. Right.
I'm sorry, sir. I lied. Fire
So it's
everywhere.
everywhere, so we literally just have to keep our HP up.
Yeah. Yeah. You know, yeah. Like lightning.
Say the definition of a DPS check. I don't know what it is. Kill him before he kills us.
Oh, he did. Here.
Yeah.
I see